Everyone, and welcome back to what is truly going to be the last review of the year before we head into 2024 after I falsely claimed that in the last one for whatever film we did last. I can't.
We didn't go.
No, we didn't go missing after Resident Evil. So here we are, we're back again, unfortunately. I'm your host as ever, Purple Midnight Egg, joined once again by my wife Amelia, the Obsidian Nook, Pal SMR, all that weird shit. Yeah, Morgan is ill, so it's not like he was going to join us anyway, but here we are. I've got a full month of stuff that I can do in the meantime. So yeah, welcome back to our last review of the year, which we will be covering the Babysitter this year, today. This is Amelia's choice, it's one of her favourites. So I will pass you over to her and she can give you a little rundown of why she enjoys it.
Well, the clues in the title is about a babysitter, but I found this myself, and before we did these film reviews, so I really enjoyed it when we were criticising shit, but obviously put that in my brain now.
Yeah, I've hot-wired you to see things differently.
Add up on late zones.
But still enjoyable. Yeah, she's in a lot of good stuff, and
she made this one good. I prefer this one over the second one.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a sequel we will cover in due time, but we covered this as our Netflix film. This will be our last one for the month before we go back to our DVD collection or Disney Plus, just because we realistically can't afford Netflix for another month, which sounds really sad. But it's a cost of living crisis, ladies and gentlemen. We can't afford to be spending it on shit we've barely used this month. We've done a few films off of here, but it's not like been every day where we've gone on here and watched something. It's just been You need to be crinkling the fucking Tangfastics bag while I'm... I mean, not Tangfastics, I mean chewy sweets that are sour and tangy.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly, they are. Anyway. So yeah, this is our last film for the year, and our last Netflix film for some time until we can really justify buying it again. There's nothing really new that interests us.
I've seen it like and I prefer it like there's nothing TV-wise new in that.
Yeah, they like to bring back old stuff, but well, I suppose all the Netflix originals can be a bit hit or miss. They can be a bit shit, but they can, well, that mostly they're shit. Or they get blown way out of proportion, like Squid Game and fucking Stranger Things, where you can't get away from the damn thing. If they brought the Scream series in, though, I'd be impressed. Or if they got the rights for fucking What We Do in the Shadows, which is currently cancelled, which has really frustrated us because we absolutely love Shadows. It's like our nightly thing to watch. But we're not here to talk about Shadows. We've talked about. They have Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andre Bauer, who passed away, person, who we have had on the channel with The Mist. So it's important we mention that, not just because of Netflix, but because he's been on the channel. He did have a cute. The corgi passed away as well. No. Yeah. Cheddar passed away not too long ago. Yeah. So now Captain Holt and Cheddar are back together again.
Oh my god.
I know. I know. It's really sad. I can't find it now, but we're going into a random side tangent about this. Yeah, portrayed by Stuart formerly. Anyway, we're not here to talk about corgis on TV shows that have nothing to do with the thing we are currently talking about. We're here to talk about The Babysitter, the 2017 Netflix original, directed by someone credited on Wikipedia as Mook G.
I thought I was MCG.
MCG, Mook G. I don't really care. It's stupid. His name's probably like Gerald. Joseph McGinty Nicol is his full name. I don't know why I had to give his full name like that. Known professionally as McG. And it's written by Brian Duffield. As mentioned, it is a Netflix original. Had a sequel as well that you apparently don't like as much.
It's not that, it's just that I don't know, it's just Samara Weaving in March, and they did the second one years later, which obviously everyone's...
I think it was 2020.
Yeah, you've got Bella Thorne.
I don't know, it could have just been a one and done situation, but everyone comes back. They all come. Spoilers. Everyone who died in this one comes back because they all come back exactly how they were when they died. Anyway.
It's just the second, as I say, the first one always been classic. It's
Well,
like a scary movie.
I didn't like it as much. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it before, but after rewatching it, it's like, okay.
They're doing musical. Only 2 casts from the...
It's like the principal, but also then it's the teacher. Whatever her name is, but everyone else gone. Probably the original Jaws. Anyway, it's on the list. We've got a lot to get through, but we're gonna really pump out the reviews for January. We're not gonna pull a YouTuber thing where it's like, oh, monetization is shit for January. Lol, we're gonna disappear. We don't get monetized anyway, so we can give a fuck. But I'm out of work for a month, which is fun. So, expect some more.
I am.
Amelia is out of work forever because she's a cripple. You're welcome. You call yourself that all the time. Yeah, we can get more. Anyway, enough. Let's get on with the actual film. As mentioned, spoilers ahead, as ever. For obvious reasons, we are going to go in depth with this one. So, Cole, who is played by Judah Lewis, is afraid to receive an injection at school where he is repeatedly bullied. He's your generic nerdy kid that's going to come back and be a big hero. Pardon me. After school, he speaks with his friend Melanie, played by Emily Allen Lind, before she is picked up by her douchebag dad. On his way home, he is ridiculed by a trio of bullies before being saved by his babysitter B, played, as mentioned, by the always wonderful Samara Weaving, who we have previously seen in Ready or Not on the channel. So, yeah, it is relevant. We've got a couple of people on this to call back to other films. B gives him a ride home in her own car, in her own car. Did I say that? I can't remember. Talking to his mother, played by Leslie Bibb, who was underneath the house. Carl's dad, played by character actor Ken Marino. He's just got a face that I recognise from places. As mentioned earlier with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he is in that a little bit in a season that you haven't watched. Takes him to practice driving before taking him home. These may seem like pointless scenes, but they are relevant. The next day, he goes to school again with Melanie, who dares him to stay up late when B stays over to see what she's up to. Forgive me. I need to have a little drink because I'm just fucking... As we keep saying, we've got to have a little sippy sip.
There's a lot of, like, weird mention of 18 plus words. Which I kind of feel like for a film they tried to shove it down your face a bit too much. Like, I feel like the O word wasn't needed.
The O word? Oh, orgy.
Oh.
I've got that in here somewhere anyway.
Just do that.
Of course we can. We're past the original like 5-minute mark probably. We did go on a side tangent around random bullshit.
Kind of, now that I've watched it again, it does feel like they kind of throw that in your face. It doesn't.
It's weird. So he watches as B emerges from a store with a generic nerdy boy.
Sexual.
Yeah. Who she acts flirtatiously with. As his parents get ready to leave for the weekend, B arrives to look after Cole, where they party and have a good time. One evening, B sends Cole off to bed after faking having a shot. Cole having the shot, fakes having the shot even, where he has a video call with Melanie. B comes in and says goodnight, but the two have a talk about Cole's self-confidence before he goes to bed. Sometime later, the doorbell rings, prompting the arrival of B's high school friends. Over a game of Spin the Bottle, we meet Max, played by a graduate of the channel, if you wish, Robbie Amell. Robbie Amell is returning from Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, as well as the two shitty Scooby-Doo sequels.
I can't remember him.
It was Chris Redfield.
But I can fucking remember him from Scooby-Doo because
he was a terrible-looking Fred.
That film, sorry, or but if you've all seen the Scooby-Doo live action one that they did,
Him.
the fact that he acts like a complete nutjob in this. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm just showing her a picture of Chris from Welcome to Raccoon City.
Completely different.
He's just a knob. He has so much more fun with this than the terrible sequels. So we meet Max, Allison, played by Bella Thorne, John, played by Andrew Batchelor, or King Back, probably most famous for his vines back in the day. God, rest in peace, Vine. Never forget. Sonia, played by Hannah May Lee, and Samuel, played by Doug Haley, the nerdy guy from earlier. May I just say real quick, Allison and John are the most irritating characters in this fucking film. I know it's meant to be a comedy, but they stuffed all the stupid jokes with them too. And it just sort of... When you've put all of your comedy on two characters, it just strains it. It just becomes irritating and... No, it didn't. There was a lot of scenes where it's just like, okay, yay. After being dared to kiss everyone present in the game, when she gets to Samuel, she draws two knives and stabs him in the head, which very slowly kills him because he cries out. The group reveal themselves as a demonic cult, taking Samuel's blood as Cole watches. This is our first cult movie. Very nice. But not very nice, it's a horrible thing. The cult opens a demonic book, totally not the Necronomicon from Evil Dead, briefly looking through before planning on going upstairs to get some of Cole's blood. Cole hurries to his bedroom where he calls 911, retrieving a pocket knife and going to bed. The cult comes in, believing him to be drugged from the shot earlier, but of course, as we mentioned, he didn't take it. They draw some blood from him. He has a fear of needles, which so do I, by the way, that's fun. Mainly just because of some traumatic shit from my youth.
Just that, I don't want to say get over it, but like...
You know what I'm on about, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why I hate them.
I don't know.
You've just got numb to it, and you...
And I have a lot of blood tests myself, so...
You've just got it in your life. It's just part of your life, but for me, after all that shit, it's just a bit like, nah.
But if I'm honest, I don't understand. And again, if I haven't got it times.
I find it weird when I explain it, because obviously I've got tattoos.
Yeah.
And they're like, how you got tattoos but fear of needles? And I'm like, because needles go into your veins and shit, and in your mouth, but tattoo needles just go under the skin. Yeah, because obviously they won't go into my veins and shit. It goes deep, but not like muscle deep. Or like vein deep. Anyway. So they leave, so he decides to try and escape out of his open window, but B, who is mentioned in a bit of dialogue, was just hiding behind the door. Appears before he can escape, and he passes out from low blood sugar, I think she said. Cole awakens tied to a chair in front of the cult, where Sonia creepily hand feeds Cole a cookie due to his blood sugar being low. Is really fucking weird.
I sat there just watching. I never found her creepy before, but now after watching that, I'm like, she's a really, really like creepy. She. So is the male one though.
Max is fucking arranged, but he's also like really nice to Cole for whatever reason, like a few times.
They try and help him, or he fell out the window.
Oh shit, there goes the telly remote. Sorry. It's just like, dude, breathe, deep breaths. Look at Starzy, he's like, hehe, that was funny, wasn't it? Cole tries and fails to cut himself free from the rope, even when the cult spots him doing it. Cole misinterprets their rituals as being an orgy, due to something that Melanie said to him earlier on. Just as the police roll up to the house, causing Max to kick the chair over. The police barge in, and Max just throws a fire poker through one of their fucking eyes. Disgusting.
Credits. Really bloody kills.
And the gore and kills are just like, wow, beautiful. So yeah. As the other shoots Allison in the chest, in the tit to be specific, because there's fucking loads of dialogue about her complaining about her boob being shot. B sneaks up on him, however, and slits his throat before Max finishes off the first cop by breaking the top of his skull off. He literally, like, grabs the fire poker and, like, pops it like a crowbar. It's, ugh. Cop's radio go off, causing B to force Cole to reveal the code to call in an all clear. Allison cries out about a gunshot wound. As mentioned, she won't shut up about it for like most. Like, I think all of her dialogue is her complaining about her tits.
Pretty much.
Like, even later on, before she inevitably gets her fucking head blown off, she's even talking about her fucking boob. Ugh. It's funny because now she's on fucking OnlyFans and she's one of the #1 fucking earners.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I'm not a fan of Bella Ford.
No.
I don't know what it is.
She's just irritating. But as you can tell from her role in this film. With Sonia revealing she's going to likely bleed out from the bullet wound. During a commotion, Cole breaks free and runs back up the stairs, followed by John. Who slips on a toy car and impales his neck on a glass trophy, which kills him. Thank God. That's one annoying character down. Max follows after him, taunting him as he hides in his room. Who, as mentioned by Cole several times, just has his top off for no reason. Because he's a generic douchebag. Cole once more tries to escape out of the window, but Max grabs hold of his escape rope and starts pulling him in. Cole slips from it and falls, allowing him to be able to run and hide in a shed, being still followed by Max. Arming himself with a lighter, some bug spray, and a large firework, he escapes into the crawl space below his house, full of disgusting spiders and a lot of dead rats. Sonia follows after him, where Cole launches the firework into her, burning her to death. It's mostly off-screen, because it's just like, you see the fire, and then she screams out, "I'm still alive," and then it blows up again. Silence.
We have to Google what the, was it? Crawl space.
We're British, if you couldn't tell.
We laughed that we can't use.
Yeah, pretty much. This made us Google why the fuck do you have crawl spaces under your houses. I kind of get it, but I still kind of don't. There's like a lot of Americanisms. There's just things I don't fucking know about.
Yeah, but they build downwards, don't they? As we build up.
What do you mean build up? I suppose a lot of houses are basements.
Yeah.
Basements are like never seen.
I mean,
we have houses that go up, I guess, is what you're saying. But there are sometimes houses that are basements and attics. Doesn't matter.
Washing machine, dryer in the kitchen.
You have entire rooms that are built for that. Like, what a waste. Anyway, enough about that. We're not here to bully Americans. They deserve all of it, but still. After recovering from the explosion, he is unfortunately found by Max, who is weirdly impressed by his ingenuity at blowing up Sonia. Cole is chased by Max, who goes to kill him, but when he hears his bully egging his house, he gets him to stand up for himself, which backfires by him getting punched in the face. Yeah, it's like he's literally about to, like, choke him to death, and he's just like, is he really egging your house? Cool, go stand up to him. What? I really don't get why the bully was in the film. We really didn't need it. Max helps him to his feet before chasing him once more, this time up into the treehouse, where he climbs up it using the rope swing. Bit of foreshadowing that immediately comes back. The two have a standoff before Max falls and is hung by the swing, which snaps his neck and kills him. Yummy. B shoots at him from back inside his house, causing him to run over to Melanie's house, where he struggles to explain about the night's event. I think she says that her dad's out, but, well, she said a Protestant, but we all know what it is. The two are forced to hide as B makes her way over to the house and begins hunting them. Phone ringing causes B to start heading upstairs to investigate. The call ends before she can get all the way up. Hiding in a bathroom, Carl and Melanie share a kiss before he leaves her to end things. Carl runs back over to his house, calling out for B as he does, and when he gets inside, he finds the evidence of the night all gone. He finds Alison slumped in a chair, but she tries to attack him, prompting B to shoot her head off with a shotgun. Just literally just big CGI head explosion. Absolutely grim. B takes a moment to deliberate over what to do with Cole, but he grabs the demonic book and threatens to burn it. B explains about the rituals and how she had attempted these rituals in the past, and how she plans to try it again in a different city. B tries to persuade him to join her side, but he burns the book anyway and runs for it as B tries to save the book. Now, what's pretty cool, as you mentioned to me, is that the fire inside of the book, as she's putting it out, goes green. It's magic. Cole then runs and steals Melanie's dad's car, crashing through the front wall of his house, seemingly crushing B. Climbing out of the wreckage, he and B share one last emotional goodbye before he leaves her to die in the wreckage, as emergency crews arrive with his parents. And in a mid-credits scene, B is still alive, of course, sequel bait, and murders a fireman off-screen. And there you are. That was The Babysitter. A film that I remembered being terrible, but actually didn't mind so much this time. It's just a couple of characters I fucking hate. So yeah. Anything you want to add before we sort of do a little wrap up?
Just, I liked it. Yeah, I don't really hate it.
No. What about those little
Like,
things you
generally-
mentioned about, like, now that we're doing critical point of views? Like, things that don't make sense to you.
For example, you have a whole street of houses telling me not one of them heard sirens, a gunshot, a load of screaming. Because they
Several
did
gunshots at that.
Police screaming as they got killed. You had her who got shot in the boob was screaming.
You had B shooting at them.
One who had blood all over him screaming. And then you had the other one screaming in excitement. Sonia, like, fascinated. And
You had a firework
you
literally
had
blow up the
this
underside of someone's
screaming
house.
and telling me after all of that, everyone turns up at the end of it.
Yeah. It is because he's like, oh, call the police, lol.
But then who's left daughter on their own though?
A douchebag. But also, she's called the police to say there's people trying to murder someone. Like, in that same house where he just had sent 2 cops that, as far as you know, then said it's an all clear. But then they still send the police out with a paramedic as well. Like, you've just had 2 officers enter the house and they radio, as far as you know, radio back and said it's an all clear. But then someone else rings and says it. Then you send more out. Realistically, I think the police would just go, We just sent 2 police officers over there. They said it's all clear. Cool. Yeah. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, enough about that. Our best kill, worst kill. We'll do the worst kill first. Worst kill goes to that fireman at the end. It's heavily implied he's dead, but we're going to count him for the sake of, I don't know, having a worst kill. The best kill, however, can go, I think, to anyone else in the film.
I don't understand what that sequel bait was, because that does not link on to the second one whatsoever.
No. It's just one way of having a little jump scare at the end. But yeah, the best kill can go to anyone else. It's difficult to like pick out of everyone, because everyone gets a pretty gnarly death.
I think for me, I'm gonna give it to when he got shot with the shotgun, because that was really graphic.
Alison's death was grim. But then again, John falling over the edge and shutting up was, oh, thank God.
Just as bad, and it still makes me like go time.
Yeah. But thank God. I couldn't wait for him to die, and it makes me so happy when he does. But anyway, thank you for listening to our little ramble, however long we're doing this for now. I keep saying this at the end of every episode, like I know how long. I've been your host, as ever, Bub Minute 8, joined once more by the fabulous Pale SMR, the Obsidian Nook, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know, what else can I really add? You can find her links in the description inside of the link tree alongside all of mine and Morgan's. When I can find my phone. Once again, thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a happy new year, and we will see you in 2024. Or, should I say, we'll see you next year.